A new round of hostage and prisoner releases has taken place under the ongoing ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. Since the start of the ceasefire on January 19, 2025, 21 hostages have been freed, with the latest release occurring on February 8th. In exchange, Israel has released hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, with expectations that 1,900 will be freed by the end of the first stage of the agreement. The first three Israeli hostages, Romi Gonen, Emily Damari, and Doron Steinbrecher, were released on January 19th after 471 days in captivity. They were reported to be in stable condition upon their return. However, Gonen's family revealed that she suffered from an untreated gunshot wound requiring surgery and physical therapy.
She said, "Where's my mom?" And then she saw me and she hugged me. And she was crying, and I was crying, and I was telling her that I'm holding her.
Damari disclosed that she was held in United Nations facilities, denied medical care, and lost 2 fingers due to gunshot wounds sustained during her abduction. Steinbrecher, overwhelmed by the moment, expressed disbelief that her release had finally arrived. On January 25th, 4 female IDF soldiers, Karina Ariev, Liri Albeg, Daniela Gilboa, and Nama Levy, were freed after 477 days in captivity. Ariev endured food deprivation, forced labor, and isolation. Albeg's mother described her daughter as frightened and extremely underweight, stating she appeared as though she had not seen daylight in a long time. Levy, in a social media post, expressed gratitude and relief, stating that she was feeling stronger each day. She revealed that she had been held alone for the first 50 days before being joined by other captives. On January 30th, IDF conscript Agam Berger was released after 482 days in captivity. Reports indicate that she insisted on keeping kosher during her time as a hostage. That same day, Arbel Yehud and Gadi Moshe Moses were also freed. Moses' family has suffered immense loss. His ex-wife was released in November, while his partner was killed in the October 7th attack. February 1st saw the release of Yarden Bibas and Ofer Calderon. Bibas was reportedly tormented by his captors regarding the fate of his wife and children. In April 2024, footage confirmed that he had been taken alive, but was visibly injured during his capture. Also freed was Keith Siegel, who had spent his final 2 months in captivity in complete isolation, forbidden from speaking. The most recent release took place on February 8th, when Hamas freed Eli Sharabi, Ohad Ben Ami, and Or Levy. Hamas had announced their planned release the day before, stating that Ben Ami and Sharabi had been abducted from Kibbutz Be'eri, while Levy was taken from the Nova Music Festival during the October 7th attack. Ben Ami's wife, Raz, had been released at an earlier date. Meanwhile, Israel has continued its prisoner releases as part of the exchange. Since the ceasefire began, 566 Palestinian prisoners have been freed. In return for the latest Israeli hostages, Israel released 183 Palestinian detainees. Among those released in earlier exchanges was Bushra al-Tawil. By the end of the first stage of the agreement, 1,900 Palestinian prisoners are expected to be released. The exact number of hostages and prisoners still held by each side remains unclear. However, Israeli officials have stated that of the 33 hostages expected to be released in this phase, 8 have been confirmed dead. As the ceasefire continues, international attention remains focused on whether further agreements will lead to additional releases and long-term diplomatic progress.